Hello everyone. This school year, our pre-GED class finished reading To Kill a Mockingbird. We made a short summary book to share the story. Let's read it together. The story was written and published in the 1960s, but it is set in Macomb, Alabama during the Great Depression. Scout Finch, her brother Jem, and their father Atticus, a lawyer, live with their housekeeper Calpurnia, an African American woman. Scout's mother died when she was young. Scout and Jem meet Dill, who came to visit his aunt, their neighbor, and they quickly become close friends. The children are curious about their mysterious neighbor who doesn't come out and show himself, Boo Radley, and even dare each other to touch his house once. Scout starts her first day of school and doesn't get along with her class teacher since she already knows how to read. At her school, she learns about the poor Cunningham family and about Bruce Ewell, a boy from an even poorer and rougher family who only comes to school one day a year. He says rude words to the teacher and makes her cry. Scout and Jem find gifts in the knothole of a tree near the Riley house. Jem and Dill grow closer, making Scout feel left out, and they play a game pretending to act out the Riley family story. One day, Jem dares Scout to roll inside an old tire and she ends up landing on the Riley porch. Then, she hears someone chuckling, which scares her. The children's curiosity about Boo Radley grows and they try to deliver a note to him, but Atticus catches them. They sneak into the Riley yard at night to peek through a window, but Nathan Radley, Boo's brother, fires a shotgun at them without them knowing who shot it. And they start running away and Jem's pants are stuck under the fence. Later, Jem finds his torn pants mysteriously sewn and folded on the fence. Scout and Jem think Atticus is too old and boring parent until he shoots a rabbit dog with perfect aim, revealing that he was once the best shot in Macomb, something he never bragged about. This earns Atticus new respect from his children. Later, Jem is punished for destroying Mrs. Dubose camellias after she insults Atticus for defending Tom, a black man. As punishment, Jem has to read her every day, not knowing she was battling a morphine addiction. After she dies, Atticus explains her bravery in fighting her addiction before death, teaching the children a deeper lesson about real courage.
As Jem entered adolescence he became more distant from Scout. Dill doesn't come to Macon for the summer, leaving Scout feeling lonely. Attica has to go to the state capital for 2 weeks, and company take Jem and Scout to an African American church. The children experience a different way of worship and learn more about the racial inequality in Macon. They also discover that the church is collecting money for Tom Robinson's wife Helen. And Alexandra comes to stay with Finch, believing Scout needs a feminine influence. She tried to instill in the children a sense of family pride and social standing, which clashes with Scout and Galley nature and etiquette more egalitarian views. And Alexandra's presence creates tension in the Finch household. She wants Edgar to dismiss Calpurnia, but Edgar refuses. Scout and Jem, increasingly aware of the town gossip and prejudice surrounding Edgar's defense of Tom Robinson, do unexpectedly arrive, having run away from home. Concern about Tom Robinson safely escalates as his trial approaches. A group of men, including some prominent Macomb citizens, came to the Finch house to discuss Tom. Later, Edgar sits outside the gate to protect Tom from a potential launch mob. Jem and Scout follow him, and Scout innocent and direct question diffuses the tense situation and causes the mob to despair.
People from all around the Macomb County came to Tom's trial, including Mr. Dovell Raymond, who married an African-American woman. Although Atticus told Jem and Scout not to come, they slipped through the second-floor balcony where black people sit. According to the first witness, Mr. Hecate, sheriff of Macomb, Mayla was beaten on her right face and told him that she was violated by Tom Robinson when he got to Ewell's house and no doctor was called. The second witness, Bob Ewell, father of Mayla Ewell, testified that he heard his daughter yelling and saw Tom violating Mayla when he got to the window and Tom ran away. Atticus proved that Bob Ewell was left-handed and could have been the one who beat Mayla's right fist, not Tom, who is crippled on his left arm. There is no medical evidence, and the trial has relied on the words of two accusers. There is no strong evidence of Tom's guilt. However, a black person has no chance against a white person's word, and Tom was found guilty by a 12 white jury and sentenced to death.
After the trial, Jimmy upset that the jury found Tom Robinson guilty, even though the evidence showed he was innocent. The next morning, Atticus received gifts of food from the black community to thank him. Bob Ewell is furious, spit in Atticus' face, and even threatened to kill him. Atticus still come and say he would rather take that than let his children hear Bob yelling at someone else. Later, Aunt Alexander invites her missionary Saga friends for tea. Scout wore a dress and acted like a little lady, just as her aunt wanted. The women talk about heaven, the Maruna tribe, but their conversation shows they are prejudiced toward the black community. Mrs. Merriweather makes rude comments about black people, even when claiming to care about others. The gathering is interrupted when Atticus arrives with the news that Tom Robinson was shot and killed while trying to escape prison, and Alexander becomes more worried about Atticus' safety. School starts and Scout learns about Hitler, making her think about Maycomb's resistance. Meanwhile, Bob Ewell starts causing trouble. He loses his job, harasses Tom's window, and sneaks around Judge Taylor's house. At the Halloween pageant, where Scout wears a silly ham costume, Ewell attacks Jem and Scout on their way home. Jem fights back but gets hurt, and someone suddenly appears and saves them, carrying Jem home. They later find Ewell dead. Take asked Scout to explain what happened, and she told them everything. Then she turned to the man who had saved them and realized it was Boo Radley. She felt surprised and a little shy being in the same room with him. At first, Atticus thought Jim had killed both Ewell in self-defense, but Sheriff Tate insisted both had fallen on his own knife. Atticus thanked Tate for his kindness, but still wanted to tell the whole thing to everyone and let the cow handle it, because he didn't want to teach his children that covering things was right. He calmly explained that he wasn't protecting Jim because Jim didn't do it. They disagreed for a while, but Tate made it clear he was protecting Boo. Boo had saved the children's life, and Tate didn't want to drag him into the spotlight, knowing Boo preferred to stay out of sight. Scout understood and agreed, saying explosion Boo would be like killing a mockingbird. Then she gently walked Boo home, and standing on his porch, she looked out at the neighborhood and saw it the way Boo must have seen it. For the first time, she truly understood him.